screen?
Sorry?
Should I just share my screen and then start?
Yes, of
Yeah,
course. Just a second,
let's
I will open the chat. But I will be happy that first, if you can,
introduce a bit.
yes, tell us a bit about yourself, how you started, how you started your way in
Uh-huh.
creating AI videos. And
Okay. Yeah, my name is Philip. Hi to everyone again. I'm 31 years old and I started around 2 years ago to create AI videos. It was mostly just out of fun. I was curious, was reading a Twitter thread how to do it, and then just trying it out a bit. And yeah, after a while, I started a few different channels, and then I started my current one, which is called DDR Moon Basis, on English DDR Moon Base. It's like some sci-fi retro thing. I show you later a bit. So I started that and uploaded the video and had like 100,000 clicks back then, which was for me, as I was new, like, oh, I can just generate 100,000 clicks from home with creating videos. So I was, yeah, surprised by that and continued doing what I'm doing. So my Instagram channel grew and my TikTok and YouTube channel grew, and I created an online shop with some merchandise. And right now I have about 200,000 followers on Instagram. So yeah, it's doing good.
yeah, it sounds good.
Thank
And
you.
you didn't came from the art or design or video world.
Nah, not at all. I was originally, my family has some supermarkets, and that's why I worked for 10 years. But now I switched the fields a bit. Now I'm doing
Wow.
it full time. Yeah.
So it really changed your life.
Yeah, it did change my life, of course. Yeah, in what I'm doing in my daily life, it changed it a lot. Yeah, I also do some work nowadays for some different companies. I did a spot for a German TV team and stuff like that. So I also get like yeah, work for others that I'm doing. Mhm.
Amazing, amazing. So I shared with our group your Instagram page, but if you
Yeah,
want to share it now and show us a little bit about your work and
of course, of course. Let me share my screen with you. Yeah, you can all see. Yeah,
I
right.
can see your Zoom screen.
Okay, wait a second. Oops. Now you can see my screen completely normal, like clear.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay,
yes,
perfect.
yes.
Perfect. Yeah, basically what I'm doing is, as I mentioned before, retro sci-fi AI videos. It's like a whole story. Germany was divided during the Cold War, and there was a East Germany, and the story is just that they continued on the moon basically to live on. And yeah, it's more like retro sci-fi fun world. I can show you a few videos, so maybe you get yeah, you get a look of how it is, how it looks. Let me show you.
Aufgepasst, Genossen! Heute sind wir zu Gast bei der geselligen Heimfeier des Genossen Mike Winkler in seiner Wohnung im Sektor C. Die ersten Gäste sind bereits eingetroffen und haben ihren solidarischen Beitrag zum Buffet geleistet. Oho, da stößt Genosse Heinz in seinem Überschwang bereits die erste Blumenvase um. Man merkt, die selbst angesetzte Bohle wirkt ordentlich auf die Koordinationsfähigkeit der Anwesenden. Die improvisierte Tanzfläche zwischen angefeuchtetem Teppich und wackeliger Schrankwand füllt sich zusehends. Moment. Dackel Bodo hat sich aus seiner Schlafraumverbannung befreit und tapst fröhlich zwischen den Beinen umher. Oh, oh. Was bist denn du für ein süßer Schnuffel? In der Küche eskaliert die Skatrunde.
Guck mal, wenn du gewinnst, kriegst du eine Runde mit meiner Simme. Aber wenn ich gewinne, gehst du los und holst 2 Kisten Bier. Verstanden?
Die Musik wirbelt durch den dichten Qualm der Zigaretten, während Genossin Monika und Genosse Peter im Badezimmer verschwinden. Bevor es jetzt zu wild wird, verabschieden wir uns von der gelungenen Feier. Wir wünschen allen ein schönes Wochenende und natürlich Freundschaft.
So
Philip
yeah,
will have to translate everything because
I
I don't
thought the same.
understand.
It's a bit hard for you to understand, but it's basically like parties in these 80s East German style, but as I mentioned before, they continue to live on the moon. So that's kind of the story behind this whole concept. Yeah.
Okay, great. Yes, it's really as I noticed by your work, cultural works that really related to the place that you are living in. So it's amazing that you have fans from outside of outside of Germany, and that they are understanding how you think you got into some hard.
Yeah. Even the second most followers I got by now are from US actually, so non-German speakers. But I think they just like the kind of art style and these old 80s retro feelings. So that's a bit what they like and what they find kind of fun of. So I think
Amazing.
that's the reason. Yeah. So
Amazing.
should I explain a bit maybe how I'm creating my videos? How I'm
Yeah,
doing?
yes, that would be great.
Okay. Basically, let me show you another video, then I can show you an example on it. I already prepared. That was like a movie trailer that I created a bit like Fast and the Furious style. And yeah, I will just show you a bit and then show you how I did the scenes.
Sammelt sich eine Gruppe junger Querulanten, die dem reaktionären Geruch des Benzins verfallen sind.
Nicht schlimm. Weißt du eigentlich, mit wem du hier redest? Ich bin QFS. Querfahrer Siggi.
Mit ihren umgebauten Trabis veranstalten sie illegale Rennen durch die Produktionsareale. Sie fahren um die Ecken der volkseigenen Lagerhallen mit
Okay, so you saw a bit about the video, and now let me show you how
Yes.
I did the
And
scene.
let me just say
Yeah.
again, it's amazing because you didn't have any background, right? You didn't have any video editing background, or
Nothing at all in that
you
direction.
started from scratch to
Yeah.
learn those tools.
True. Yeah, I was always good like with computers in general. When I was a bit younger, I loved working with computers, but I was never active in the design field or anything. Like, yeah,
No
never,
videos or something.
no, not video creating at all, nothing like that. I just started
Okay.
doing my first video 2 years ago with AI.
It's amazing because I see the screen that you are sharing,
Yeah,
and it seems like really professional, like a lot of
thank you.
no
Yeah, a lot of different.
layers and the sound, and you have like very detailed editing process.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I mostly learned all of it by myself, or I just to try to do it as good as I can, I guess. So yeah. For example, here normally it depends a bit how lazy I am, how much effort I put into the video. Like normally I don't put always background sounds. Like here, for example, you see at the beginning she closes the door at the back.
Im Sektor C die Arbeitslichter der
And then I have here the sound file for the door knocking to make it sound a bit more realistic. And basically how I create my scenes, by now I mostly use ChatGPT to create the images. Just cause when you have like when you want to do like a movie like I did with the 10 characters.
Just a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
When you want to use like the same characters and stuff, it's just easier to get consistency with ChatGPT than with Midjourney. So that's why for most projects I'm using it by now. And as you can see, I basically just describe it's not as hard as prompting it as Midjourney is. So I basically just describe what I want to show. And often,
Sorry
yeah,
that you started to work with Midjourney and now you're working with ChatGPT?
exactly. But I also sometimes use Midjourney in between. It depends a bit what kind of film I'm doing. Because normally I like the Midjourney style more. Like it has a certain style, you can create more variety. But ChatGPT is just more exactly in what it is showing. So that's why I'm using it at the moment mostly.
Okay.
But for example, I often also use like a mixture. For example, I wanted to have some guys having this typical look. So I created some guys with Midjourney, as you can see here, upload them into ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT recreate these guys and this in the scene.
Ah, okay. You want to make the atmosphere of the picture, like
Exactly,
the.
exactly. And I often feel like if you with ChatGPT, you have to exactly tell it how you want things to look. So
Mhm.
sometimes it's a bit hard to describe every aspect. It's just easier to give it photos of the people, for example, as I did here. And then it's never exactly looking as them, as you can see. It was should here. I told him I want this kind of scene. I took it from Fast and Furious, but with this kind of guy in this
Mm.
East German car. So
Okay.
yeah, that's what I basically did, and then it created the scene.
Okay. Amazing.
Yeah. And then I just basically take the clips, put them into Kling at the end, or after
Okay. You
creating
use
them.
only Kling to create
At
it?
the moment, I use only Kling, or basically just Kling. I know there are a few good new ones like Hicksfield, but I still haven't tried it. So yeah, at the moment, I'm just using Kling, but I started with one way. I used Taililu in between and stuff like that. Mhm.
Mm. Okay.
And I also mix a bit Kling 1.6 and Kling 2.0 because 2.0 is expensive and costs a lot. It's mainly the reason. And sometimes it's also 2.0 tells you more often these kind of errors, this and this scene is not possible, or it has issues in creating it.
Okay. Sorry. So you use which version of Kling?
As you can see, mostly 2, but sometimes, so let me show you. Here it's always written 2.0. Yeah. But sometimes it's not working, as here, for example, it didn't do what I wanted it to do. So then I go back to 1.6 and try to create it with this one. And then it also sometimes works.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you using prompts to accurate your camera movements or the lighting? Or...
Exactly. I can also show you that. For example, you have no prompts for camera movement. Yeah. Here I put like in a warehouse with a sky blue Trabant, blah blah blah, in front of a wall, epic, and then the camera follows, for example.
Hmm,
The camera is
okay.
supposed to follow the car.
Mm-hmm.
And it depends. Sometimes I'm happy with the first scene, sometimes I create it more often because I'm not happy. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it depends a bit. Yeah. For
Okay.
example, here was my issue. The back of the car does not look like the back of the car originally looks. So that's why I recreated the scene at the end. And here
Ah,
you can
wow.
see, yeah, here you can see the camera drives in front of it, so it's better.
So you remember how much uh,
Yeah.
trying you try for each footage?
I can show you like on with some scenes I'm lucky like this one. Did I use it? Let me look. Okay. Here I just used a part because the
Mm-hmm.
beginning was not good, see? But
Mm-hmm.
I created this once and just used the second part from, let's say, here onwards, because then you didn't see this AI failure at the beginning. And then I just used this part as a video. So sometimes I'm lucky and I just created once, and sometimes it's not working at all how I want. And for example, this scene here, I created it 4 times. This was kind of okay, but I wasn't happy because I wanted the lady to put her hand down before the cars start to race. So I tried to recreate it. I think here she disappeared completely.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
And here they first roll a bit backwards, but then it's fine, and then I use this scene at the end. And I also
Ah,
I
okay. You
also
cut.
removed a bit at the beginning where they roll backwards, just till this point where they start driving. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, it's amazing. But how you think about it? I mean, you have like the whole story inside your head, or what? How do you
Um,
know which photo to generate and how to build the story?
I
And
mostly start with writing, like mostly I start with thinking about which kind of film do I want to show, which kind of video do I want to do. So I'm starting with that, and then I start writing the script of my speaker, how he says the things and what he
oh,
is telling.
amazing.
So I
How
start
you
with
do it?
Yeah, sorry.
You write it on ChatGPT or you write it by yourself?
I write it in Claude mostly because I
Mm.
experienced for myself that Claude is just better in storytelling, in my opinion, at least. Maybe you can also do it with ChatGPT if you're very good at prompting, but I'm happy with Claude. So I write it with Claude, but mostly it is like I feel like the more I put myself into it, the better the videos often get. And the
Yeah.
more I let Claude do, the worse the script gets. So yeah, I let it write it, and then when I have the script, I create the audio in 11 Labs basically. I have a few voices I'm using there.
You first creating the
The
sound.
text. Yeah, exactly. I always start
Okay.
with the sound. I always start
Wow.
with the sound completely. Text to speech. Here, as you see, that was my video from yesterday. And then I create this text, put it inside, let him speak it.
Liebe Genossen, mit Freude präsentieren wir heute den Kosmetik.
Here I have my different voices that I created over a while, like over time.
You are lucky because I can see that in German you have a lot of voices to choose from. In
Yeah.
Hebrew, you don't have this variety.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah, but
just for you
most
to
of
know.
them are actually I can tell it here. They're actually from old YouTube videos. So old
Mhm.
YouTube videos I downloaded and copied the voice out and then tried to recreate it in 11 Labs so that I have this kind of old sound. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then I create this text and then I often create music in audio, like
Okay.
instrumental music to play in the background. And then I put everything together. And then when I have my speaker and the audio, then I create the scenes for what he's saying. And that is mostly in my head. Like he's saying a thing, and then I think, okay, what would be nice to show to this? What
Oh,
he's
wow.
yeah,
Okay. It's a great way to work. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And then it depends a lot on the topic and on the AI, how it's doing. Sometimes, if I'm lucky, I'm have a video done in 3, 4, 5 hours, like a minute of video, a reel. And if I'm unlucky or the topic is hard or it's hard to prompt, you know how it is sometimes, or the AI doesn't want what you want it to do, then it also can take longer, of course. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And you're saying that the character if you want to maintain a consistent character,
Yeah.
you use only ChatGPT or you have like some modeling model
I just use ChatGPT and with Midjourney when I used Midjourney I mostly did it with the editor. I think it's a very basic thing actually what I'm doing. For
No,
example, if
you
I
can
want
show
to
us all. We liked also the basic.
okay. For example, if I want to reuse this guy in a different scene, you just edit him a bit
Mhm.
and
Ah, okay.
you know what I mean? And then you
Yeah,
can,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. And then you can prompt differently what it's supposed. For example, he's looking at a dinner plate or whatever here,
Ah,
and
it's
then I
great.
create and for not to for the person not to always look the same when the clip starts. So otherwise he would always look like this down to the side. I just remove a few frames at the beginning of the clip, often after generated. That's it basically. Because then he already moved his face or looked differently. So to the viewer, it doesn't look like it was always the same photo taken. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I
Or very
understand.
basic at the beginning. Sometimes I just cutted them out with Photoshop Mobile on my phone and put the person inside the new photo that I created, and then that's it. Yeah.
But with print screen.
Yeah, exactly. Like you just edit them out of a photo, like green screen them on top of the scene. Yeah.
I understand. Okay, so you have a footage of a person that
Mhm.
goes around, and then you like choose one frame from the footage and
Yeah.
and print screen this frame or
Yeah.
download it,
For example, cut the
and
person out. Yeah.
yeah, and
And
then you
put
edit it with Midjourney or with GPT.
yeah, exactly. That's basically it. Yeah. And
Okay.
then exactly you get you can get good character consistency by now, I think, with ChatGPT mostly. And you can also, what's very good, you can get this consistency inside the scenes, like that the background is kind of the same and the scenario is kind of the same. Just change camera perspective, for example.
Okay, amazing. And you have like scenes with you have that you have consistent characters that are multiple consistent characters.
Yeah, I have multiple consistent characters that appear over and over again, but also new ones that appear in between my episodes. So yeah. But I have a few fan favorites that appear more often or appear over and over again, a bit like that, yeah.
Okay. Wow, sounds great. And then you go to the edit section.
What do you mean of
To edit the how you edit it? Which tool is it?
That is just DaVinci, it's called. It's DaVinci, it's for free. And yeah, I basically just put the clips here, put my audio under it. I started first of all with this Apple Final Cut, I think it's called, because I had like a free test version at the beginning. But after a while, I switched to DaVinci, and I'm happy with it. I think most people by now even use CapCut, or a lot of people use CapCut. I'm a bit old school with that, but I like it. I'm happy with it.
Okay, DaVinci, it's a Mac. It's only for Mac.
I think it's for all platforms, actually. I think you can also download for Windows and so on. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So you want to tell us a bit about the layers that you are, I see here that you have like
Yeah, of course.
layers one on top of another.
I can explain a bit to you. So basically, that is a speaker at the beginning. The guy, the voice that is speaking. Then this is the music.
Okay.
This is the bang of the door. These are the steps of the lady that you hear.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's basically it for the first scene. And I just created them myself inside 11 Labs, some of them, or I downloaded from YouTube. Just like you look for steps audio, and then you download the file. And then I just watch the video and try to make it fit a bit, that it looks kind of realistic. And then that's basically it with the audio. Yeah. And the different lines. And here, for example, it was just I created the scene first without him saying anything, without him speaking.
Okay.
And then afterwards, I did like lip sync.
How you create a lip sync?
Yeah, I created lip sync on that scene. First, I created that scene without lip sync, and when I was watching it, I felt like it's kind of boring if you just put this scene how he drives.
Okay.
So that's why I decided to let him speak.
The lip sync, how do you create a lip sync with which tool?
Also with Kling AI. Also inside Kling, you have this lip sync feature. And either you can directly lip sync the clip as it is here, or sometimes I'm going inside DaVinci, prepare the clip first or cut some parts of the clip and then put it back to Kling to lip sync it. And the voice, the speaker, again, I just use one of my voices in these 11 labs, a different voice, and let him speak. And then, yeah, I put the files together.
So to the lip sync, you are putting a footage, not a video, not an image.
Yeah, exactly. I first create the video inside. Let me show you. Or you've seen it basically, what I've shown you. First, it's just the guy. Is that the lip sync or not? But as you've seen before, it was I created this video without the lip sync. He's not moving. Yeah. So I created the image, and with the image the video, and afterwards I lip sync the video. That's basically it.
Amazing. Great.
Thank you. Yeah, any other questions maybe?
I will be happy to open the people will open the microphone, and if you have some questions to Philip about the creation, feel free.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
Hi, Philip. I'm Maya. I have a
Hi.
small question.
Yeah.
I'm curious about how you work with Kling or any other tool of video, because I noticed that you instead of putting a camera angle, you describe what you want to see in the scene.
Exactly.
Can you tell more about your method?
Yeah, basically I'm just sometimes I just write it down in Google Translate, depends how good my English is that day, and sometimes I write myself in English. And basically I just write what I want to see. As you said before, here I write he's driving very fast in a car through a tunnel. Yeah, you can see that here.
Yeah.
And then looks forward at the road very tensely, starts to sweat, and then camera shakes a bit realistically. And that is what you get. Yeah.
And I
So
noticed that you work especially in for social media format.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Because most of my content or my main content is Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah, and that's just the best format there.
Nice.
But I saw that you have content on YouTube.
Yeah, I also have content on YouTube, exactly. But YouTube is always the issue. The videos needs to be a bit longer to make to also make some money with it. And these long videos in AI to make 3 minutes, 5 minutes or more, it is a lot of effort, as you know. So
Yeah.
often I'm lazy with YouTube, but sometimes I find the motivation and then also do longer videos. And then also in the right YouTube format, of course. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So, yes,
I have a
Shelly.
question.
Yes,
Do you
Shelly.
use any other lip sync tool except for Kling? Because I tried Kling, but I've heard of like many others. Do you have anything to recommend?
At the beginning, I used Runway, but that was definitely worse. I don't know if they've updated it by now, if it got better. And there you also always had the issue with Runway, it needed to see the face exactly from the front. As soon as it was like this or something, it already told you, no, it's not possible. Let me check on my phone because I think I just read something today and I bookmarked it. But I will look as we continue speaking, and if I know another tip, I tell you.
Shelly, I wanted to tell you that today I tried Hydra the first time.
How was it? Like my friend tried it. I think she tried hygiene and Hydra, whatever. And like this one gave her nice results. Were you satisfied?
Yeah. I will show you if you want.
Yes, please.
Okay, so it's funny because it's my first try. You have like 300 credits if you want to use it for free for the beginning. So just a second, I will.
I think I even tried it, but I had a hand on the face, so it kind of made it
blurred.
weird.
Okay.
Okay,
So
I
will show you. It's gonna be easy because
instruction they told you to use only a clear without any interrupt.
Yeah, I then tried my luck because it was a Madonna picture. I needed to lip sync, and I chose the wrong one.
Yeah, okay.
I've at least noticed
press play.
Yeah, but you can see my face that on the way that it doesn't look like me. Just a second, I will show you and then I'll explain you what I liked and what I didn't.
תודה רבה, אביתר. בזכותך ניסיון ראשון עם הדרה.
So it started as me, but here, as I open my mouth, it looked like a different person. I like the head movement, although it's a lot. Okay, it's not a small movement of hey, she's really happy. And I did ask Hydra that she winks at the end, and she didn't wink. So it didn't was exact it didn't got me the exact תוצאה that I wanted.
Well, I'm not sure. Maybe it's just the lip sync there, but Kling would have done a good job, I think.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
Because then
I
you put it in the initial
tried it
video.
just here. Sorry?
No, I said you put the wink in the like first video you generate,
No.
and then it will just put the lip sync on top in Kling.
Yeah, to do the start and the end frames. This is what you mean?
Not really. Like you generate the video you want, and you ask it to move and to wink and to smile to the camera, and then you put it up again for the lip sync part. And then you already have the wink, so I think it might work.
Okay.
And then it handles only, yeah.
Okay, I will try it. Okay, thanks. Okay, so
can I?
yeah, yes, of course.
Hi everyone, and hi Pilipp. Thank you so much. It was really so generous how you shared information, and so interesting.
Thank you.
And I wanted to ask about the transition from, you said your previous life was completely different.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're like this guy with 2,000 followers, and how did you adjust to that? What did you did you just go with the flow and said like, oh, this is cool? or did you realize at some point like, oh my God, that's what I want to do? And if so, how did you do that?
Basically, at the beginning, I just did it because I was bored, and as I said, a few people watched it and liked it, and I got more and more, so I kept I stayed motivated, I guess. And then I just, let's say last year, around November last year, I reached 75,000. So not too long ago, actually. And then I started making more of these kind of party videos. And then I had one with 9 million views, and that boosted me a lot. And then afterwards, I also got contacted a lot by different people and stuff like that. So yeah, basically, I just went with the flow, I guess. I just kept doing my work, and yeah, people enjoyed it. So yeah, that's
that's amazing. It's incredible. But if it's okay for me asking, and if it's not, it's just because you're like so open, and if you don't want to answer, just cool.
No,
I won't
fine,
be offended. But like when you try to figure out this new route, did you like consult Claude also? Like, okay, I need to figure out like how to work with clients. What do I do now?
No, actually not too much. No, I just did everything, or I just figured out the next steps by myself, I guess. And yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thanks a lot for your questions. Yeah.
And I apologize that I'm closing the camera. I'm like washing dishes and making dinner for my girls, and like the whole mess.
Okay.
So I'm here. I'm sorry that the camera is closed.
Okay.
Thank
So,
you.
Is it okay to ask one more question?
Yes, of course.
I have more of hi Pilipp. First of all, thank you so much for your time to show us your magician, your magic show. I would like to ask you more of a theoretical question from the perspective of critical art. Do you consider the broader conceptual ideas behind your AI-generated works? would you say that you use art as form of social or cultural critic?
I think some people kind of see it like that, but for me, my kind of art is not some social critic too much. It's more yeah, as I said before, like a science fiction show, like a science fiction Instagram kind of concept, new AI concept that I tried out. I basically just want to entertain the people. And I know sometimes I make people think because everyone is happy in my videos and they're living on the moon. So I often hear this like, is it like some happy dystopia or something, or like utopia, like perfect world or something? But I don't even have that thought behind it. I just try to entertain basically, or mostly.
Okay, and a follow-up question.
Yeah.
I would like to take something that I saw on the Natalie presentation. Natalie, I'm bringing you up also to this. One of the things that I like about Natalie's presentation is that she mentioned that she, in her works, she uses real photos, real-life photos to collect her materials, like still life, taking shots of landscapes and stuff. Do you also use real photography with your works?
Let me do the intro to everyone that didn't saw my presentation. When I was at Frankfurt, I made a workshop about my process. How do I create an AI video? Gilad saw this presentation before, and Philip saw it
Nice.
at the event. Yes, and I shared a bit about how I use photos that I take from the sea, from the ocean. You know, everyone that I walk almost each week at the ocean, and I like jellyfishes. And how I put it inside my work. And yes, Philip, now the stage is yours about
Okay.
the answer.
I don't take any real photographs myself, but I use, of course, old footage from Google of old photos and put them into ChatGPT to describe things or to put things into my scene. That's what I'm doing.
And the color correction, you do everything in DaVinci?
The color correction, I also mostly tell ChatGPT either that I want this 80s color style, this 80s retro style. It's not working by far as good as it does with Midjourney. So sometimes I even have this another step. I create a photo in ChatGPT, and then you can put it into the editor of Midjourney. Yeah, you create it inside ChatGPT, download it, upload it into Midjourney, into the editor, and there's a feature called retexture. And then you can even tell ChatGPT to describe the photo as a Midjourney prompt that you created. Then you put it into retexture. I hope it's not too complicated. And then it basically recreates the same photo as a Midjourney photo. And then you get this look back. Yeah.
Yeah, it saves the main features on the photo, but gives it like some kind of filter.
Yeah. Recreates it in a different way, kinda. I can also share my screen and show you, for example.
Yeah,
yes, of course.
I would love to see that.
That might be easier. Okay. Let me go to Midjourney. Oops. Edit. Yeah, that's a bad example. Yeah, here that's a good example. For example, everything is loading. One moment. I don't know if this was the right one. This Midjourney editor is always a bit slowed.
Okay. We are using to Midjourney. We are all using it.
Yeah. Yeah, now you can see. That was a photo I created with ChatGPT, yeah? And then I asked ChatGPT, after I created it, I asked ChatGPT to describe it as a mid-journey prompt, with mostly, in best case, all the details. Yeah, as you see up here.
You asked from ChatGPT to create a mid-journey prompt.
Exactly. For the photo, I just created with ChatGPT.
Okay, I understand. Okay.
And then I can put here examples as style reference. Then I just put some old school photo to get this look inside. For example, this one. Yeah. And then I press up here this retexture button. I hope you can all see it's a bit chaotic, my screen. Here's retexture. I press retexture, I submit the retexture, and basically what's happened out of this photo, I get these photos. They look like it, but they have this mid-journey touch. You know what I mean? It looks, for me personally, it looks always a bit more realistic, a bit more like a real photo. ChatGPT always has some, I don't know, something else on it.
A bit plasticky.
Yeah, a bit plasticky, exactly. That's a good term, I guess. And these ones have more like a real look. So that's how I also work sometimes, yeah. That's one of my secrets, I guess.
Pilipp, did you notice that you have a suggest prompt here in the editor?
Inside Midjourney?
Here in the left bar.
Yeah.
Downstairs, when you see where you see the stars of like magic. No, go up.
Up.
Here. Yes, retexture exactly after the beat. Yes, exactly.
Okay. Is it basically what I'm doing just without asking ChatGPT?
Yes, you don't have to use the ChatGPT because this is ChatGPT of Midjourney.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I will try that in future.
Okay, thanks. I thought to speak a bit about the competition, if you like.
Yes, sure,
or I thought about another thing that can be nice to introduce you our people and show you, and if they would like to share a bit about the work of video designs or anything else.
Of course.
So guys, it's up to you. If someone wants to speak and show Philip a bit about his work and his way and his styles, so feel free. Let me know here somewhere in at the chat. And I have two questions in the chat from Ganit. What he does with the picture on the ChatGPT after Midjourney. Ganit, I didn't understand the question. If you can, please.
Hi, Philip. I just want to understand what is the process that you're doing after you create the photo at the Midjourney.
Yeah.
Then you go to ChatGPT. And what exactly are you doing with the photo?
Sorry, do you mean when I use real photos? Or like what I did right now, what I was showing right now?
You can explain what you showed right now. It's okay.
Okay. Basically, I just, as I said before, I just create these photos here in ChatGPT, and then I use them and ask ChatGPT to, as I said before, I use photos to create my pictures in ChatGPT, and then I sometimes ask ChatGPT to prompt this same photo again to retexture it inside Midjourney. I hope that answered your question a bit. If not, I'm sorry.
Okay, Ganit, understood?
Yes, I think I understand. Thank you.
How good is the camera control movement in Kling AI?
The camera movement, in my opinion, is pretty good, but it just works with words at the end. Yeah. So sometimes you describe a scene and you generate it a few times, and every time even the camera movement is slightly different. Because you're just using words, so just trying to do what you're telling it, but it interprets the words differently from time to time. So yeah. For example, as I showed before, this one I liked a lot because I was like, camera shakes a bit realistically, and then it's basically what it does. Like it looks like it's inside the car because of the shaking.
Okay. Okay. So, so I will start a bit about the competition, and I will be happy if some of you will like to share your work and show Philipp a bit how you're creating your AI content. And a few words about the competition. It was an amazing experience. Not only by the technical challenges that I had, but also an amazing human experience because as you all understood, I got really connected with Philipp and Manuela, that you will know her too. And it got me really think how creation and I don't know if to say AI, but it's really connect people. So it was really an amazing experience for me. How it was. We got 3 characters. Each one got a different character. I got the witch, and Philipp got Philipp, you got alien.
Yeah, I
Right?
got aliens, exactly.
He got aliens, and Manuela, she's got vampire. And what we had to do is in 10 minutes, each one got 10 minutes, create a scary movie It's a scary footage of 15 seconds, only with AI, with sound and everything. And we were able to to come to the competition with prompts and pictures, images that we create with AI. So, my first, and we had 2 rounds, okay? So the first round, so it was really challenging because I was the first one. I wasn't the lucky one, so because I was the first one to make it, and I really got then I understand how hard it is because each footage, each image that I want to create video from, it takes like 2 or 3 minutes, and I have 10 minutes only to make all the video long. So if you create some footage that mess it up, the AI mess it up, so you don't have time to correct it. So at first, what I did, I got to Kling and Higgsfield and try to generate lots of video, and then it got stuck. And then I got scary that I will not make it. So I went to Runway and I tried to use Act 1. I had an image. Why I want to show you. I don't know if I find it, but I had an image that I wanted to create with Act 1, like the character like screams. Okay, I had a really scary image that I wanted it to scream. I will try to find it. And it didn't work. Okay, it didn't work for me. And all I got is like a 5-second video, but it was scary enough for me to pass to the next level. But Philip, you want to share your videos that you create for the first round?
I don't know if I still have it. I will have it, honestly, but it's somewhere in my download folder, so it might be a bit hard to find right now. But
Okay.
I can look while you're talking if I find
Okay.
some of my clips.
Yeah, I had to let you know that you already can arrange it. Yes, Rega, I will try to open up my video on the screen that you can see. And okay, and then at the second stage, I understood what I need to do. So I had the footages and I tried one by another, not to fill up all the AI video generated with lots of images. And it did create a few footages that works together. And I had a sound with 11 labs. And I think you all saw my video that I was managed to create. And I will be happy if Philip will show us, maybe.
Yeah, I will. 1 second. I activated something weird here, some weird pencil, and I don't know how to deactivate it.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I got it, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm back, okay. Yeah, I just tried to create 3 clips as fast as possible also. Let me show you. First it was this lady, and we had no time, as you mentioned before, to watch them, so we just created, downloaded, and was hoping that it worked out. And yeah.
You want to tell us a bit about the process, what you had before the competition, and
Yeah, before the competition we had I think we had 2 hours all in all in the hotel room to prepare a bit. So I created 3 photos to take inside, and I also wrote down which kind of prompts I want to do then. And then, as you mentioned before, it started the 10 minutes, so I put the photos inside, put the prompts inside, started the generating, and then, cause when you also generate 3 clips at the same time inside Kling, I think sometimes it stacks a bit and it starts to put you in queues, so you have to wait. And yeah, basically, as you mentioned before, the biggest struggle was the waiting time for the AI. Yeah,
yeah.
which made it a bit hard.
So for the competition, you also used only Kling, right?
For the competition, I used only Kling, right? But I did the process I showed you before. I created the photos in ChatGPT and retextured with Midjourney. Because I wanted to look like Frankfurt, especially at that one scene here, sorry. This one. And this is these background buildings in Frankfurt, the skyscrapers. So
yes, it's good thing that you're saying. We all had to also create an AI image or footage that related to Frankfurt somehow. So yes, so you can see in Philip footage that it's the city, the Frankfurt city. Here's the Manhattan building. Yeah.
And this was the last scene then that I had. Okay.
Great. It is scary. It is very. Yeah. So for me, for my second round, I use mainly with Higgs field. Because Kling works really slow. Okay, so someone want to a bit talk about his work? We're all shy today.
Next time.
Okay. So Philip, I want to thank you so much about your time and about the knowledge that you shared with us. It's really priceless.
Thank you.
And I want to tell everyone that Philip's also have a a website that he prints on stickers and
posters and stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah. So if you want to share this link with us, we will be happy to notice. And one special thing that I saw, I don't know if you know it, I don't know if I told you, but when we was at the festival in Frankfurt, you put some stickers and cards on the table, and I saw just one guy pick it up and start to laugh. So I said, wow, it's amazing that you are able to make some people happy,
Yeah, thank you.
with one single picture. So
Yeah.
yes.
I'm also happy that it reached that level where I meet people in reality who actually know my stuff. So that's also funny and new for me. So I like that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, great. So now you have a community in Israel, so welcome.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I also enjoyed speaking here and talking to you all. And yeah, thanks for the invitation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Thank you all.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Very
Really,
interesting.
really. And thank you, Natalie, for the
Welcome. Okay, so we will keep in touch.
Yeah, we will.
And have a nice evening, everyone. Thank you.
Bye. Have a great
Thank
day.
you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Auf Wiedersehen.